Hi, everyone. It feels like forever since I've seen some of you. And welcome to Lyric's annual fundraiser, Brewing Up Justice. So in case you're wondering, the reason why it's called Brewing Up Justice is that normally we hold this event at a fantastic brew pub, but this year we have the whole global pandemic thing happening, or as I like to call it, the zombie apocalypse. So instead, we're doing our first ever online video fundraiser, which we will hope will be just as fun. Most of you will have beer and snacks available, so that will help your enjoyment of this. And we're also going to have door prizes to give away and a magic show. So I mean, it doesn't get more fun than that. So just a reminder, by the way, mentioning door prizes, you're only eligible for the door prize if you're here at the end of the fundraiser. So don't go anywhere if you want to be in the running for a night at a downtown Denver hotel, a gift card for a great restaurant, and also a gift card to get your nails done. Great. So in case you don't know who I am, my name's Ian Farrell. I'm currently the chair of the board of Lyric, but I also teach at the University of Denver Sturm College of Law, and I teach criminal law, constitutional law, and criminal procedure. So Lyric is really kind of a natural, practical, real-world extension of my academic interests. So what's going to happen during this year's fundraiser? So we'll be doing a number of things. We will be doing things like announcing our Volunteer of the Year. We'll be showing you a couple of videos that detail the importance of what we do, for example, especially in the current climate where there are a lot of civil rights protests and the importance of knowing your rights in that context. As I said earlier, we'll also have a magic show and we'll also be giving away some prizes. But before we get into all that, I just want to spend a couple of minutes talking about what Lyric does. A lot of you are familiar with Lyric, but not all of you may know exactly what we do. But as most of you are aware, Lyric's mission is to educate and empower young people to understand and exercise their constitutional rights, particularly when they're engaging with law enforcement and especially, obviously, police officers. So young people are among the most vulnerable members of our society. And when young people don't know their rights, when they engage with law enforcement, they are in substantial danger of being coerced, being exploited, and sorry, I just got a message saying that people can't hear what I'm saying. All right, I'm not sure why I'm getting a message saying that people can't hear me. So I am definitely not muted. And so I'm going to continue talking. If people could, in the background, perhaps look at what's going on. So, okay, there are other people who are saying they can hear. So I'm going to move on because at least Ellie and Nicole can hear me. So that's all that matters. Okay, so where was I? Right, so I was saying that, and this relates for people who were on the CLE earlier, Juba was discussing how the interactions that the police have with youth in particular are such that there are a lot of coercive tactics that affect the feeling that youth have that they don't really have a choice but to do what the police are asking them to do, whether that's being asked to search their bag, whether that's being asked questions in an interrogation. And so there is an enormous scope for juveniles, just like adults, but especially youth, to give permission to police to look in their staff to answer questions when they don't have to answer the questions that result in really serious adverse consequences for youth. And so our mission in Lyric is to educate and empower youth before this ever happens, so that should they ever find themselves in that situation, they are ready to rely on their rights. They feel confident in being able to state their rights and to rely on those. And also, what's important for us at Lyric is to instruct juveniles to give effect to their rights in ways that are also physically safe, right? So it's an unfortunate fact of life in modern America that interactions with police, especially for youth and especially for youth of color, are physically dangerous. And so it's an important part of our mission to empower youth to be able to exercise their rights in ways that maximize their physical protection as well. And so that's our goal. Right now, we are effectuating that goal by presenting in schools and other settings involving youth throughout not only Denver, but other cities in Colorado. And we're also currently at the very exciting stage of launching nationwide, so that very soon we hope to have programs throughout the country, and we will therefore be able to empower youth to safely exercise their rights throughout the United States. Now, this is a huge endeavor, of course, and none of this would be possible without the generous support of the entire Lyric community in terms of support with regard to time, with regard to energy, with regard to donations from all of our community. So I want to take a few moments now to explicitly thank the numerous extremely generous sponsors of this event. So we have a number of different tiers of sponsors. So the first tier is really two tiers here. One is our featured sponsor, and that is Johnson & Klein Law. So thank you to Johnson & Klein Law. And then we have two additional platinum level sponsors, namely Rodman & Rodman and Frank and Salahuddin. I apologize if my pronunciation is terrible. I don't know how to pronounce anything in America, so it's not just you. So thank you to all of our platinum sponsors. We also have a whole list of gold sponsors. So our gold sponsors include Zuckerman Law, Second Chair, Mary Lacefield, Bound Agency, Our Mutual Friend Brewery, and Michael Best. So thank you to all of our gold sponsors. In addition, we also have a very long list of silver sponsors. And our silver sponsors are Ciencio Brown, Benninger and Falcone LLP, Paul Zweibel, Ellie Zweibel Law, Matthews McCallick Rice LLC, Zorilla Law, Bruin Law Office, Nick Evans, Kimberly Anderson, Maya Law, Kilpatrick Law, Demetria Trujillo. So those are our silver sponsors. Thank you so much to all of our silver sponsors. And we also, this is how generous everyone has been, we also have another list of individual sponsors. And those individual sponsors are Jan Chodkowski, Kate Croft, Charles Nicholas Law, Stacey Colling, Lauren Volk, Tim Tarr, and Guy Saref. So you also see those names on the ticker down at the bottom of our screen. I want everybody to join me in profusely thanking all of those people. We have raised an extraordinary amount of money this year, despite the challenges of COVID, precisely and solely because of the enormous generosity and support of all the people that I just mentioned. So thank you again for all of the assistance that the sponsors have given us. Now, there's also another group of people without whom Lyric's mission would be impossible, and that's our very large army of volunteers. Our organization is an exclusively or almost exclusively volunteer organization. We have only one paid employee. The rest of it, the board, the volunteers, it's entirely a volunteer effort. We have so many volunteers who give up their time during busy days to go into high schools and other fora to present to our youth, to engage with youth directly, to empower them in this very important way. So we have a number of those every year. They all deserve enormous thanks, and they have our unending appreciation. One of the ways that we show our appreciation is that each year we select a particular volunteer who was especially willing and able to give up their time for Lyric. And this year's recipient, as you can see on the screen, is Haley DiRenzo. So just a few words about Haley, who is very pleased to receive her award. As we can see, that's a very fancy award, I must say. That will look amazing on her shelf. So just a very few words about Haley. Haley is an associate attorney at a civil rights firm, namely Johnson & Klein. She was previously a clerk on the Colorado Supreme Court and graduated from what I have to say is one of the nation's most prestigious law firms, namely the University of Denver School of Law. They have some great professors over there, by the way. She was a member of the prestigious Order of Coif upon graduation. She was also an editor at the Denver Law Review, and while a student there, helped to create a number of different organizations that were involved with the public good and community service. And so we can see that Haley, throughout her dedication to Lyric, has continued to focus very much on public good and community service. And so we here at Lyric are the very grateful recipients of her work. And so thank you to Haley, and thank you honestly to all of the volunteers, not just Haley, but everybody who is willing to accept the offers or the requests to go out and talk to our youth. You are quite legitimately the lifeblood of our organization. So thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. Okay, we want to keep this thing moving quickly. So the next thing I want to do is introduce Brandon Carter. So Brandon, hey Brandon, you are now on screen with me. Brandon is a local filmmaker who has worked all over the world. I was on his website today, and he pointed out that on his website that he's done filming in Belize and in Poland and all over the place. Oh, but man, we are lucky that he has also been doing film work in Denver with us here at Lyric. So Brandon, I'll hand over to you to tell us about the film that you have done with and for Lyric.
Thanks so much, Ian. And congratulations to Haley as well for being Volunteer of the Year, because I know that lawyers are super busy and it takes a lot of time to come teach kids about their rights, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to focus on making this video, because as we know, these days, it's so important to understand who you're talking to, what they can say, what you should say, just to protect yourself, because at the end of the day, to remain innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, you have to give yourself the best chance to do that. So working with Lyric over the past few years has been really wonderful, because the youth are the ones that are going to be in charge of us when we're old and we're decrepit. So we need to make sure that we're teaching them how to take care of themselves so that we can also take care of them, you know? So we have to give back to the community as much as we can. And this video is a really good way to do it. And I couldn't have done this video without everyone in the video. They were really paramount in helping this mission and this vision come forward. That's pretty much all I have to say about this video. Thank you very much for Lyric for having me and trusting me with this, with being able to generate this video for you guys. I really appreciate your trust and your faith in me. That's it, Ian.
It's important to make sure your voice is heard now more than ever. Everyone in the United States is protected by the Constitution, regardless of your age or your immigration status.
You have the right to protest the government's actions. You have the right to peacefully gather and express your opinion, even if others disagree.
But understand, the First Amendment does not protect speech that incites violence, criminal behavior, or true threats of violence.
You have the right to remain silent.
You have the right to remain silent.
The only thing you ever have to say to the police is your name and your date of birth, but you should not say anything else. You have the right to an attorney. Say, I want to remain silent, and I want an attorney, and then stay silent.
If you are arrested, do not talk about the case with anyone else other than your attorney.
If you are contacted by the police, ask, am I free to leave? If so, then leave.
Then leave.
Leave. If the police ask for permission to search you, your belongings, or your car, you can and should say, I do not consent to you searching me or my stuff.
I do not consent to you searching me or my stuff.
This may not prevent the police from searching you or your belongings, but it still should be said.
You have a right to watch and record the police while in public, but maintain a safe distance while doing so.
Know your rights.
Know your rights.
Know your rights.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Use your voice.
Insist. Resist.
Wow, Brandon Carter and Berry Productions, thank you very much for that powerful video. Hi, I'm Ezra Aldern. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I've had the opportunity to be on Lyric's board of directors for the past 4 years, and we are pleased and grateful that all of you are here to join us this afternoon.
And I'm Hannah. I'm one of the co-founders of Learn Your Rights in the Community, and I'm also on the board of directors. Thank you to our sponsors and to our ticket holders. It's all of you and your financial support that makes it possible for our curriculum to be available in over 60 schools across Colorado and to help us reach thousands of students with our message every year. Lyric's mission is a simple one. We seek to empower young people to exercise their constitutional rights during police encounters. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit in March, we reacted swiftly as a team. We started offering our curriculum online, teaching to large groups of students at once, and supporting teachers as they figured out how to navigate the new normal of online education.
As the heart-wrenching murder of George Floyd played out in front of our eyes, a collective sense of grief and outrage propelled a worldwide, a worldwide response, where youth and adults took to the streets to protest police violence. In response, Lyric quickly distributed Know Your Rights while protesting materials such as cards, flyers, and posters, and distributed them throughout protest locations throughout the state of Colorado. Lyric is a response, not a solution, to the long-standing systemic injustices and inequities faced by Black, Brown, and Indigenous folks in the criminal legal system. Until every member of our community is treated fairly throughout the legal system, it is imperative that our youth are educated about their constitutional rights and empowered to safely utilize their voice during interactions with police.
Lyric is a small but mighty organization. We have just one staff member, that's Zeldin. Here's his picture. He couldn't be here today. He works just 10 hours a week to make it possible for our volunteers to be in the right places, and works with schools to get our curriculum in place so that students can learn about their rights. The bottom line is, for Lyric to grow and to reach more students, we need more funding. We know that things are hard right now. Folks are pushed in a lot of different directions, but if you can give even an additional $10 today to support Lyric's mission, we would be appreciative. Next, I'm thrilled to introduce our entertainment for this evening, Alec Cadabra. Alec is a young person who has his own magician company. He's going to give you a really thrilling little presentation here. Make sure you stick around because it's going to be great. And also, we'll be giving away our door prize after Alec's presentation, and you need to be present to win. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for supporting Lyric.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that amazing introduction. My name is Alec Mueller. I am 18 years old, and I am a magician and a mentalist. And we'll get into that in a little bit here, but first things first, I want to thank Lyric for giving me this opportunity. Thank everyone who's watching for being here, supporting these guys. It's an amazing thing that they're doing, and I'm just glad that I'm able to be a part of it. But like I said, my name is Alec Mueller. I'm 18 and a magician and mentalist, and you know what? Instead of telling you about what I do, I think I'm going to show you, and that is perfect timing with these guys on there. Hi, everyone. Let me get a wave. You can hear me? Awesome. That looks great. Here, I'm going to use one of you guys. Let's see. Let's find Nicole. How are you doing today, Nicole? Yeah, you can go and
I'm doing great. Sorry, I was muted.
Great, Nicole. Nicole, here, I want to show you something here. I have a red card here. And this card is my prediction, right? Now, this card is my guess as to the card that you're going to choose here in a second for me, all right? So here, I'm going to put this back here. I'm not going to touch it. And I am going to have you choose a card for me, Nicole. So here, I'm going to just, that's right. Yeah, no, that makes it a little harder. I should have thought of that. Let's just do this. I'll have you say stop for me, Nicole. Say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
Perfect. Right here?
Yeah.
Great, Nicole. Here, I'm going to put up this card so that way you can see it. I won't look. Let me know if you can see that. Remember it. You got it?
Got it.
Awesome. Here, we will put that back. Now, Nicole, these are these green cards. This red card I talked about earlier is still sitting here, right? Now, let's think about this, right? There's 52 cards in the deck. They were shuffled. You said stop whenever you wanted. The chances of you stopping at the card that I had predicted, well, that would be like, I'm not good at math, but I'm good at that it would be pretty small. Here, for the first time, tell me, I know everyone else knows, but tell me, what is the card that you're thinking of right now?
That I'm thinking of, or that I was supposed to remember?
Or the one that you chose, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Pressure. 9 of hearts.
The 6 of hearts.
Yeah, that. No. It's the other one.
No, be honest with me. Was it a 9? You can be honest.
Yes.
Yeah. That's okay. We were close. We can. Yeah. No, you know, I'm here to do some good magic for you guys here today. Let's see if we can do a little better here. Let me get this in focus. We'll go 1, 2, 3. And it should start to look a little more like your 9 of hearts. Whoa. There.
What?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Natalie. Or Nicole. I do want to say, Nicole, I am sure that I have you totally convinced that I'm a real wizard. I'm doing real magic. Just graduated from Hogwarts, class of 2020. Yeah. Woo! But I'm here to tell you that I am not. I am just a regular 18-year-old kid who spends too much time reading magic books and playing with cards. But I think there's something very special about that. I think there's something special in just being a normal person. And I think that the power that we have by being a normal person is more magic than what they show on TV and what they can show on movies and in books. It is not the power of friendship, but it is our power to connect with one another. And I want to see how far we can push that here today. So I'm going to use all of my volunteers here, and we're going to try something out. let me tell you a little story here. In the late 1970s, they did an experiment, a study at Duke University. Now, in this experiment, they were testing people to see if they had supernatural abilities, right? Now, how they would test them is there would be a scientist, we'll call him, who would go back with a deck of cards, take one card out, turn it upside down, and put it back into the pack, right? Now, this experiment was not successful, we'll say that at the least. There was no one who could get the card, who could guess which card was backwards. But I think maybe if we all kind of work together, we can give it a go. And I do have to warn you, there is a chance that this might not work, but we're going to try it anyways here. And I want to be honest with you guys. I do not know what card is backwards in here. I had a family member switch it out. And let's get started. So the first question the scientist would ask was, do you think it's a red card or a black card? So let's start with Nicole again. Nicole, do you think it's a red card or a black card?
I think it's a red card.
A red card. Good choice. Good choice. We're going to move right down to Ezra. Ezra, in red cards, there are hearts and there are diamonds. Ezra, do you think it's a heart or a diamond?
I'm going to go with diamond.
A diamond. Are you sure? Okay. You said diamond. You said diamond. Here, we'll move one more down and let's see. Can you tell me your name for me? I can't read it there on the screen.
Ellie.
Yes. Ellie. Nice to meet you, Ellie. I am Alec. Now, there's court cards, so the face cards, and there's also number cards. Ellie, tell us, do you think it's a number card or a face card?
There are more numbers than faces, so I'm going to go with it's a number card.
A number card. Good choice. You were thinking about it and everything. And Tally, nice to meet you, Tally. I am
Nice
Alec.
to meet you.
Last one, and here, it's a number card. We think it's a diamond. I'm going to have you do this for me, Tally. Just take a deep breath in for me. Deep breath out. And just listen to that intuition, that feeling in your gut. Tell us, what do you think the number is?
7.
7. So the 7 of diamonds.
Yes.
Now, here, keep in mind, I'm going to open this up. I'm not going to do anything funny with it. But keep in mind that this might not work. You know, there is a chance that it might not work. They did all the studies on it. But there is one card, and one card only, that's turned face down. Oh my gosh, I'm actually kind of spacing out here, guys. What was the card that we all came up with together? If one of you could tell me.
7 of diamonds.
7.
Red.
Of diamonds. Oh my god, we got it. That is great. Thank you so much. That is amazing. That is great. That is so cool. And this is why I love magic. You know, it's the attention I get. That's why I love magic. No, I'm just kidding. But unfortunately, I am not kidding about the amount of stuff we're going to do. Our time is coming down to an end here, but I think we have time for a few more things here. And let's do this with everyone, as fun as you guys are. I want to get everybody in on the magic action here. So I'll have you do it with me, though. Everyone, put your hands out like this for me. Perfect. Just like this. Yeah, that looks great. Everyone do this at home, too. Everyone can do this. And just turn your hands in like this. Perfect. That looks great. Looking great. And I want you to take this hand and just put it right over the other hand. Perfect. Perfect. And all I want you to do is just kind of move your hands up like that. No, it's okay. It's okay. I didn't get it the first time either. I'm going to try and help you out. Let's give it another go. Let's try it again. We'll go like this and like this. And I'll do it in super slow-mo for you. We'll go boom, boom. And I'm going to tell you guys the secret. The secret is in your pinky. Most people put their right pinky over their left. You have to put that one underneath. Yes, so everybody switch it around. Beautiful. And you should be able to turn it up now. And that's the point where most people realize your pinkies have like nothing to do with this, and that a magician never reveals the secrets.
More training.
It's part of the job. It is part of the job. But now we got our minds warmed up. We got our bodies warmed up. We're going here. Let's do one more thing. And you know, I wasn't planning on doing this today, but I feel really good. You guys have been a great crowd so far, and I'm feeling great about this. So what do you say? Should we do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Here, I'm gonna grab a pen here and a board. I'm gonna make a prediction down here, and I'm gonna have everyone at home do this as well. Follow along. I'm gonna focus on one volunteer, but I want every single person to do this with me. And if you're with another person, keep your answers to yourself. Do not tell them. Let's do this. I want everyone to think of an odd number for me. Everyone think of any odd number. Perfect. And here, I'm gonna write this down here. Okay, I'm gonna lock that in. We don't even need the pen anymore. Don't need it. I am locking this answer in, guys. I want to go with, who do I want to go with here? I want to go with Ellie. Ellie, I think this one is you. I think this one is you, man. Tell me, is the odd number that you're thinking of, is it 1404037 Is that your number?
Not quite. Not quite. You're off by a couple digits.
Oh my God. You know what? Now that I look at this, I don't know who would ever think of, I don't know why I wrote that. That's okay. That's all right. Everybody keep thinking of your odd numbers. Let's try something here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Think of your odd number, and I want you to spell it out for me. Let's make this a little more random. So if you were thinking of like 2, but odd, it would be TWO. Everyone give me a thumbs up when you got that. Perfect. All right, cool. Looks good. Let's do, how do I want to do this? Let's think of let's narrow it down to the last 2 letters of however that's spelled out. Focus on the last 2 letters that are in your number. And give me a thumbs up when you got that. Perfect. Good. And now let's do this. I want to get it down to 1 letter here. Let's think of whichever one of those 2 is closest to, let's do the beginning of the alphabet. Whichever of the 2 is closest to the beginning of the alphabet. And then just lock that letter in your mind. Perfect. Looks good. Good. Let's do this. I want to make this totally random here. Let's think of an animal that starts with that letter. Everyone at home, the volunteers, everyone think of an animal that starts with your letter. Lock it in your mind and stick with that. Do not forget it. Perfect. We look good. Oh my God, 1404037 I don't know how much I was off by, but that is such a weird number. If I would have got that, that would have been good. You know what? I almost forgot the entire reason that we're here today. We're here today to change our perspective. And that's what makes Lyric so amazing, is that they're changing perspectives. You know, it's hard being a kid. I'm 18 and it's confusing. You know, as kids, we're taught to give unconditional respect and trust to anyone older than us and anyone in a position of power. And what I hope that you can anyone of any age can take away from this is that, you know, people in positions of power are still just people. And that cops, kids, teachers, students, even magicians, like I said, we're all just people. And you and me and everyone who is a person deserves the same respect, treatment, and importance as anyone else does. So everyone focus on your animal before I get too far off track here. Focus on your animal and picture it for me. And one last time, I would just like to thank Lyric for giving me this opportunity. And more importantly, I would like to thank them for helping us turn our perspectives upside down.
What?
You are thinking of an elephant. I hope I got it. Oh my God. And I know I also said to picture it, and I also have that covered. Everyone, thank you so much for your time, for being here, for supporting Lyric. I'm going to hand things over to you. Thank you guys so much.
You're a star, kid.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Oh, sorry, guys. I got totally distracted by the amazing magic show there. Can't compete with that kind of star power. But thank you, Alec. We're in the home stretch now. And so what we're doing right now is we're about to figure out who wins our door prize. And as you can see on the screen, we have some amazing technology here. We have this extraordinary Wheel of Fortune type thing. So we're going to do 2 spins at this. The first spin is for our first door prize, which actually has 2 parts. So our first prize is 1 night stay at the Kimpton Bourne Hotel in downtown Denver, as well as a gift certificate to the Tavernetta restaurant, also in downtown Denver. So if you could go ahead and spin the wheel. And the winner is Cameron Scott. Congratulations, Cameron. You are the proud winner of both a stay at a hotel and a restaurant gift certificate. Okay, so our second door prize is a $100 gift card to Base Coat Nail Salon. So let's spin the wheel again and see who wins this prize. And the winner is Tristan Gorman. Congratulations, Tristan. So we will be in touch with both of you guys later on. Sorry, I'm just making sure I write down the names so someone else doesn't try and claim your prize instead of you. So yeah, we'll be in touch with both of you via email after the show so that you can collect your prizes. And so I just want to once again thank everybody for your support here, not just the door prize sponsors, as I said, Base Coat Nail Salon and the Kimpton Bourne Hotel, but also all of the other sponsors that I mentioned earlier, our platinum, gold, silver, and individual sponsors. I want to also thank Brandon, the filmmaker, and the amazing articulate participants you had in your film. I want to thank all of the volunteers, including, of course, Haley and Alec for the great magic show, and for the other 4 people who are participating in the magic show. And so again, thank you to everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this online fundraiser. For those of you who attended the CLE earlier, or for those people who had already done a CLE training, we look forward to you guys volunteering to actually go into the schools, be on the front line, and volunteer for Lyric. That's it for the fundraiser for this year. Thank you again for all your support, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. Thank you, everyone.